So we get something which looks like this. This is a schematic for the information processing system of the human mind. You have sensory input. This is a diagram of the primary visual cortex, but imagine there are all the different processing systems in the mind. So we have a processing system here, which is associating personality traits with every single sentient actor in the scene. We have another processing system here, which is modifying and working with stereotypes. We have another processing system here, which is generating causal constructs, and so on and so forth. So you have hundreds, probably thousands of these processing systems. They're analyzing the sensory input and as well as internal beliefs and making inferences, and they're producing from all the uncertainties a coherent, real, present moment complete with a storyline. And that's the qualia. That's the qualia that we're experiencing. And that is a midpoint in the processing pipeline of the human mind. And then that becomes the input into the executive process, and the executive process is designed to generate beliefs about itself and then to believe in them. And then those beliefs are used as heuristics to adjust and calibrate the underlying systems which produce the qualia. And this is how the brain calibrates itself across a lifetime. So don't forget that a human being starts off as a single cell, and the brain starts off presumably as a single cell, and it has to grow. And as it grows, it calibrates itself. And this is one of the techniques that the brain uses to calibrate itself. So the executive is using beliefs to fiddle with underlying thoughts and to change the weightings and the workings of these underlying systems. And the reason why qualia is presented as coherent with all the rough edges smoothed out is because that allows the executive to make more powerful inferences without being distracted by all the underlying uncertainties, right? So you're introducing bias so that you can have more power. And this system could obviously become quite unstable, and the storyline that's being presented here could become quite out of sync with the sensory input. And in psychology, we call this a psychotic break. And what's going on is that this feedback loop is making this, and the existing preset beliefs that are generated in the executive are making the storyline of the qualia become creative, right? And the way the human brain gets around this problem is it has inbuilt anomaly detectors. And there's more than one anomaly detector. So for example, there's an anomaly detector here in the right frontal parietal lobe, and all it's doing is detecting anomalies between the body image and the storyline that's being created. So that if this anomaly detector gets destroyed, and then if you lose a limb, you'd have no way of knowing that you've lost a limb, because there's no anomaly detector to correct your extant beliefs about your body image. And in psychology, this is called agnosia, and there are people who are afflicted in such a way that they've lost an arm or a leg, and they've got no way of knowing that they've lost an arm and a leg. No matter what you do, you could do anything you want in terms of pointing out that their arm is not there, and they won't believe it. So this system. Okay, so was Descartes correct? So Descartes was saying that because there's qualia, that the executive is an immortal soul, right? So I don't personally believe that. I think that if we're going to recreate strong AI, that we should recreate the system. And one of the properties of this system is it exists on the edge of complexity. And not computational complexity in the physical sense, so order and chaos and complexity in the middle. So think fractals or chaos mathematics. And if you have something which is on the edge of complexity and you apply evolutionary forces to it, I'm pretty sure you'll get emergent behavior coming out of it.